Yeah, I'm taking the time to get these tie rods on this tractor. Started it yesterday. I got this side done. Tried videoing it, but I screwed it up, so I'm going to do the other side today. And I went out yesterday to brush hog for the neighbor and got rained out. Should have just kept going because by the time I got home it quit raining. So about a half hour later I went back over there. I was going to finish that up. No more got 500 foot into where I was brush hogging. Hooked a rock, rolled it up, bent the shit out of one of the blades on my brush hog. So I come back home. Luckily I have the old set that I took off of it. Sharpened up one of them blades, put an edge somewhat on it, put it back on, got it running, just getting ready to go back over there, and it started misting raining again, so I said screw it. So I thought I'd do this job. And I ran out of time last night, but I got the inner and the outer on this one. And one problem I'm going to have, I got to figure out here yet. I think this side might be alright. But the grease fitting, I haven't put them in yet. I don't think it's going to clear over in here. This one won't be a problem. I do know the inner one on this side's not going to clear. It's not going to clear this hose here. So I'm debating here what to do. Maybe I can't. I could do it depending on what I get. It ain't gonna work either. I might have to go get new hoses. You can see this one. This one ain't bad, but that one over there is leaking. And I figure, well, maybe I'll go get new hoses while I'm at this. But I was thinking maybe rerouting this hose from underneath here, put an elbow on it. But it's still gonna jut out here, whatever. I'm not gonna. So I might not be able to put the grease fittings on them inner ones. Which isn't that big of a deal. I mean, I can just screw a grease fitting. I mean, basically just grease it when I change the oil on the tractor anyhow. Just put a grease fitting in there, put a couple pumps of grease, take the grease fitting out. I mean, ain't no big deal. But I might have to change this one here yet. Now I can see it here now. It's got play in it. When I wiggle the wheel back and forth, this moves, but it might not be that much of an issue right now. Like I said, there ain't that much play in that compared to these other ones. I think just changing these tie rods. These are from the side I'm changing here now, and like I say, probably can't see it, but there's pretty damn loose. This one's not bad, it's just dry. That one probably would have been alright. This is the one I changed it because of. You see that one's pretty damn loose. And this one's got a lot of play in it too. So overall I think just changing these is going to make a big difference on that. So I gotta slap this all back together here now. And I'm gonna. I had problems getting this out. Wasn't as bad as my white. When I changed them on the white, I had to use heat on it. I finally got these screwed out. But this sleeve should turn freely on there because that's how you adjust the toe in. And I'm just taking grease. I'm smearing that up pretty good, slathering this up pretty good. Like I say, I'm just using grease. Some people probably use anise. I think grease is just as good. Anise is messy stuff. And I think it only makes a difference. The only benefit you see with anise is if you're around a lot of heat or two different metals that would gall each other. So I'm going to get this taken care of here right now so I can get this back together. explosives. There, I got that all greased up. I got I have to worry about it once I get it on. This notch here has got to be lined up with this one, but put the bolt through this one here is where it was. I don't think it makes a whole hell of a lot of difference. So, but this one's got to be lined up. I got to get that in there first. I guess I can get it on there now. Yeah, it's not gonna make a difference. To get it out, I had to get the wrench on. I had to turn the wheel all the way this way so I could get the wrench on that nut to break it loose. But to drop this out, I had to move it back so it'd clear them lines. But it's not a problem to get that nut back started in there. I don't have to move it. Not that makes a difference. They put different size nuts. The ones that were on here took 1 1/16" wrench to get them off, and these are 7/8. But the stud and everything else seems to be the right size. The only problem I ran into, I noticed, is that to line up this castle nut, it was actually kind of above this. So I got 2 of these machine washers to space that up, and it's going to help pull that up in there tighter, and then get a better bite with the cotta key on that. And out of everything you grease up, these pieces here are not one of them. You don't want no grease in these holes here. It's got to be a interference tight fit. You don't want that spinning in there. So I got to get my nut and 2 washers on there, and then get this one lined up. And that's basically what I got to do. So now I just got to get this lined up and get that bolt in there. And then I got to check the toe in on this thing. Thing is, the wheels look quite even or not. I'm not sure how I figure out if the steering is centered on this. Gotta figure out how, make sure that is centered where it should be, and then you find the center line of that hub. And this is according to the book. And you come over here, you measure up, and you put a mark line at that height on the rim here, on both sides. And then you measure from point to point. And then you drive the tractor forward until them marks are on that height on this side, which I really don't understand why you'd have to do that, why you just wouldn't come back on the back side and measure the same height and put a mark here. But the distance from this point on the rim to that point on the rim should be a 1/4 inch less than on the back side. So you actually want the wheels on the, like this wheel here, should actually be pointing in just a little bit when it's going straight. And I think this is toe-in is out a little bit here. When I change these tires here, I forget which one it is, which is the last one I changed. It must be that one. The outside edge is just wore off, so I don't think it's in line where it should be. Like I say, you gotta make sure the steering is straight up, and then you adjust from there. And that's the other thing I don't know. I didn't pay much attention to when I checked them. Took them in and out to see where they were at and make sure these are even across. So one wheel might actually be more than the other one right now too. But all you do to adjust the toe-in is you loosen this bolt up. You take this bolt out here, loosen this nut here, and then you just take a pipe wrench or big pliers or something. You turn this to move it in and out wherever you want. Tighten that back up and line that pin back up in that notch. So what I might end up doing, coming off the center line of the tractor here, hang like a plumb bob or something down and measure from this point to that tire and from this point to that tire to make sure they're even. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. That way the tires wear even, and then when you're going down the road, it's not trying to pull one way or the other as much. But this is the difference between not putting them. You can see the height difference. You can see how much thread's above that castle nut there. That I haven't put the washers on that one yet, compared to this one where I put the washers on. So it gets a better contact with that cotter key. But that's going to be more of the monkey in here right now, making sure these are even and lined up. So I ain't gonna bore you with that. This has got too long already, and I might be making an R-rated video if I record that. So, but I'm gonna get this done and then go back and finish that brush hogging so I can hook that brush hog. I need that tractor. But I don't know how much rain we got last night. I woke up this morning with lightning alerts on my phone from 5 hours before. So sometime during the night we got some heavy rain and some lightning. Like I say, by the time I get this done here, I think this is going to be dry enough I can go do that. And then I want to get that sprayer finished up today too if I can. And then like I say, see what the weather does here. I might just go get new hoses. And like I say, this one shouldn't be kinked this much. That might even be a problem. Not pumping enough oil through and it gets it swaying too. So, I rattled on long enough here, so that's what I'm monkeying with here right now, and maybe I'll take the time and try to get them fit up in there better. So, Alright, thanks for watching.